Hey folks, Mike with Chasing Trail here. Finally warm enough day for me to wear my off-road gear, so I've got my helmet, my dirt helmet on today with the chin mount, so hopefully this provides a better camera angle. It is a real windy bitch today. I can't hear a thing, which is why I'm hollering. Hopefully this comes through on the microphone. I'm on Iron Mountain Road, headed out to the Shasta Chappie OHV via the Copley staging area. A couple quick thoughts as I was riding out here today. One, this thing definitely gets blown around in the wind, even if you're behind like a truck or something, not even a semi-truck, just a big pickup truck. The turbulent air coming off of there is enough to kind of knock you around a bit. I don't mind that much. I've gotten used to that on motorcycles, but it's definitely noticeable. I was riding into a headwind earlier and it was yeah, it's a thing. Second thing, I don't know what the deal is today, but I kept getting stuck behind the slowest fucking drivers on the planet. Multiple people who are just like driving around like they're lost and had no idea where they're going. They're looking around. Do people not use GPS these days? Anyway, I was getting frustrated, chomping at the bit, and really wanted to pass, and I just don't feel like this bike has the power to pass safely. You're going to need a really big stretch of road to get around somebody. Now, this bike will get up to speed, highway speeds, and maintain it, but it won't do it quickly. That lack of passing power is a problem. You know, I don't know how big a problem it's going to be, but today it was very frustrating. I really wanted to get around these folks. There's been a number of times in the past where I felt like I needed to get around someone or around an obstacle for my safety, and I'm not confident I can do that on this bike. Granted, I'm trying not to go too much above 6,000 RPM because I'm still in the break-in period. Maybe when I can wind it out a little more, that will be helpful, but today it was a problem. So today is Friday, January 14th. There is nobody here. Wow. I didn't expect it to be busy since it's a weekday. I got off work early today. Absolutely beautiful day. Sunny, mid-60s, in my full dirt get-up. I'm not even going to stop here. I'm just going to keep riding. So I hope the camera angle is good, better than usual. May have noticed I've added a phone mount to the little crossbar there. It's probably also sort of obstructing some of the views, so we'll see how that works out. And yeah, let's get on with it. My plan for today, I'd like to do Trail 4, but I'm not going to do that solo. It is a black diamond trail, and I'm a pussy. Today, my plan is to head out on Trail 3 here to the dam, to the main staging area. From there, take the chute up to Trail 2, connect to Trail 1, right out to the lookout. I'm curious if the lake has filled up at all from all the rains we've had. And then I will turn around and come back the way I came. Shouldn't be hardly anyone out here today, being a weekday, and it's just absolutely perfect. And like every other fucking time, I forgot to disable the ABS. So let's do that now. Easy enough to do. There we go. I will say these buttons on this dash are difficult to push especially with the gloves on. That ABS button flexes quite a bit, so it feels like you're going to break the tab when you're pushing on it. And the select and reset buttons are there's very little tactile feel. It's hard to know when you're pushing the button down enough, and you have to push it pretty hard. So I don't like that. Today maybe some of the things, I've talked a lot about the things I like on the bike, so maybe today, now that I've had a chance to ride it a little bit, my initial honeymoon phase we're getting through that, and I can start talking about some of the things I don't like. No bike's perfect, and there's going to be stuff on every bike that are pros and cons. So yeah, it gets blown around in the wind a bit. Lack of passing power on the street. Power off-road feels great. Like for for as shitty of a rider as I am, I don't need any more power than this right now. Someday I hope to improve and be able to utilize the higher power of something like a 450. And there are times when it's fun to just, you know, twist the throttle. But I don't need it. The test for me today, I'll be riding up the chute. That is an intermediate trail. It's fairly steep and rocky. I assume this is going to climb that no problem, but if it does, then this bike would be capable of riding every trail that I'd care to take it on out here. I'm not a real technical, hardcore rider. I don't like the hard enduro stuff. It's not fun for me. There is a sense of accomplishment you get when you get through that stuff, and I like that, but it's definitely not my focus, particularly when I'm out here riding solo. If I ever find some people to ride with or a group to go with more consistently, I'd be more interested in pushing myself and doing that kind of thing, but right now it's just not a concern. I watched an Everride video the other night where he was talking about he got to ride an FE350, and he was talking about that and really liked the bike, but then towards the end of the video he mentions that the follow video doing a lot of the follow bike doing a lot of the filming was a 2002 DRZ 400, and that it kept up just fine. And for him being a little overweight and not a real hardcore rider either, it was actually, he was able to just sit down and kind of plow over stuff, and that is also my riding style. So I like to sit on my ass and just kind of roll over stuff when I can. I'll stand here and there, but you know, I'm not going to be someone who's standing up, roosting through every corner and out here ripping. That's just not me. Let's try here. There's a little rip. Not really. I'm bad. Anyway, I thought that video was really interesting. There's a brand new 2021 FE350 for sale here with only 50 miles on it. Guy bought it and said he immediately changed his mind, and I was tempted by it, but it's still very expensive. He's asking 12 grand for it. It was probably 13 and a half out the door, maybe even slightly more. So that's a really expensive motorcycle, and I just don't need that capability. I'm trying to go easy on this thing because of break-in, but I really don't want to. It's getting very difficult to keep my wrist in check. There's the adage that it's more fun to ride a slow bike fast than a fast bike slow, and I definitely think there's some truth to that, because I'm really eager to just let this little thing rip. But I'm going to try to be good. I'm at about 230 miles. Need to get through the break-in, and then I'll have some more fun. Dirt's perfect today. It's no longer greasy. A little bit wet, no dust. Nice and grippy. Even these shitty tires feel, they're not shitty tires. Non-ideal off-road tires. A little baby deer, you see it? Even these tires feel okay today. Hopefully we just see deer today and no mountain lions or bears. That might be one pro of this exhaust. It's so fucking obnoxious that it's probably going to scare away any wildlife. So there's another con. This Moto X exhaust is obnoxiously loud. Like right now it's not bad for out here. I mean, everyone has a lot of exhaust out here, not a big deal, but when you're just droning down the road at a constant speed, it's annoying. Here's a jump here. See how this goes, baby? Whoa! That bottomed the front again. Alright, so even with the stiffer fork spring, I didn't bottom it. That was a pretty mild jump. I'm a little disappointed that still bottomed the front. But I definitely felt it hit bottom through the bars. So even with a stiffer fork spring, still pretty easy to bottom. At least for a 220 pound rider like myself. Overall, the rest of this stuff, it feels great, but if you're planning to send it, keep that in mind. Otherwise, it feels very compliant, and I can just roll around with my dad bod on my ass and cruise over this stuff, which I quite like. I am a little disappointed that it bottomed that easily, though. I don't like that. Wasn't a double or something. That was a little water bar. And we got a pond up here. Pretty sure I could go catfishing on that thing. So this is the kind of section that I am going to stand up for. This is pretty greasy. Slow speed throttle control is definitely easier than it was on the 450L. That thing was a pain in the butt at slow speeds. Here's the mighty river crossing. At least I can actually see in it today. It's pretty murky last time. Let's try another little jump. No bottoming. G out. Feels good. G out. No issues. Little jump. Bottomed again. Okay, so even with the stiffer fork spring, in my case it was the I want to say 86 to 105 kilogram spring, the K-Tech off Biker's Bits. It's still pretty easy to bottom it. So she doesn't want to jump. That was okay. That was okay. That was okay, but I got the front up a little better. I've been very curious to try this 76. This single track. Should I? Should I? I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the chute. I know the chute, and it gives me a good comparison basis. See how it handles this. The chute's sort of as technical as I like to get. It's pretty steep and rocky. Oh, 19's closed. Interesting. So if I can get up the chute on this bike, then I know this bike will do everything that I care to do out here. Almost lost it there. We're still upright. Yeah, first gear is low enough that you could just mountain goat your way up pretty much anything. I know on camera this probably looks like a flat trail, but it's a decent little climb. It's not crazy steep, but definitely a climb. See how it does in second. Gotta keep my speed up a little more. I have to stand through quite a bit of this, lazy or not. This is the steepest little section right here. Summertime, this dirt gets so loose, it can get really tricky to get up this. The dirt all nice and soft right now. Can actually get some traction. Yeah, little mountain goat. Climbs no problem. First gear is very short though. This section gets a little gnarly for my skills, or lack thereof. Just take my time, try to pick a good line. Alright, I did it. So now I know this little bike's going to take me anywhere that I'd want to go around here. So my plan today, I'm going to stick to it, was to go from here over to Trail 1. This is Trail 2. This is basically a any car could drive on here, at least this time of year. Pooch going for a ride. Another doggo. He's going for a ride. Water's flowing pretty good. I'd like to see that. I've got to piss, but I don't want those folks on the quad to catch up and see my ding-a-ling. So I'm going to try to get up to the lookout before I address that need. So yeah, we're just putting along and rolling over all these rocks and ruts and everything. The suspension feels really good. And I'd much rather have it feel good the 99% of the time I'm riding than just when I'm jumping. Well, look at that mess. Holy shit. And only over the roughest, nastiest stuff do I actually feel like I need to stand up. So for my riding style, the suspension feels great. She just doesn't want to jump very high. That's a trade-off I can live with. I shouldn't be jumping anyway. Can't help myself sometimes though. Well folks, here we are at the appropriately named lookout. See Mount Shasta in the distance there to the north. Got Mount Lassen out that way to the east. The lake maybe looks a little better. I don't think I can really tell. It's still very low. You can see the dam out there in the distance. It's weird. There's, I mean, nobody up here and nobody even out in the lake. No boats. Kind of bizarre. I know it's a weekday, but you figure a Friday with weather like this, there'd be people out doing stuff, but nope. Feels kind of weird being out here, nobody around. Well, in any case, the camera had died just before I got up here, so you saw almost the whole ride up. And I'm just going to turn around, head back down the way I came. Bike's been performing great.